Bro, what's like something funny that happened to you recently?
Us being in Spain, being fucked up because of the rain.
This is ridiculous. This is quite ridiculous.
Completely unrelated. Hey guys, welcome to the ALLIOLI Podcast.
Yeah, we're sitting out here in the rain in fucking Playa del Albir, chilling, vibing. We're just trying to film a little podcast type shit here, but we're struggling.
The clouds?
Ooh, them clouds.
No, that was kind of funny. I think we're gonna send the part where like we fucked up to the editor so he can put it now. What are you saying?
At the airport, I talked to like this little kid through like my phone with Google Translate.
What was he trying to say?
I don't fucking know. Like he couldn't type. He was always like yeah or no, but that was about it. Ridiculous.
I had this crazy situation, bro. I was at the store and I'm walking past like the yogurt line, and then like a girl like just goes like, "Hey, hello, can you help me?" And then I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And then she asked me to get a yogurt above just the top shelf. I guess she was trying to get in contact or something. I don't know. It was weird because like she's trying to just like, "Oh, like why are you here? Like what are you buying?" I'm like, "Oh man, I'm just trying to go, man. I'm just like literally trying to get bread." Like, I'm walking through the aisles just like, I have bread on my mind. Like, bread, all bread.
Yeah, you got that bread with alioli on your mind.
Bro, I think this should be called ALLIOLI Podcast. That would be the game.
Just a little tie-in. We tried recording this podcast in Spain and it just started to pour. We had to turn around and didn't get another chance to do it.
The whole point of the podcast is that like we're trying to film it at like a beautiful places, so it's like actually looks nice. And this is just like, you know, like the first kind of episode or whatever. But I really hope that we can next time set up on like a field to talk about like art and shit. I made a t-shirt. This one I wanted to talk about. This, I actually fucked it up, but then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do a print on over it and like in red. So I thought that'd be sick. It's like a thing that I have is like I first like make it and then I hate it. And then I like wait for a bit and I'm like, it's actually not that bad.
Wait, are you actually going back to Spain though?
I've been thinking, I think I won't.
Okay, let's talk about the paintings and some shit afterwards so my editor doesn't have to watch all of that personal shit. The reason why I decided to get you on the podcast was that you were the only person available. Because like you do art, you're clothes collector of vintage clothes, and you also paint and just rap and shit, although not very good.
The rapping part, I decided to not disclose. That'd be hilarious, bro. I just wanted to show you this one. I got this here. This is a big artwork of mine. It has a whole bunch of ladies from the magazine that I've been sent, and it just got like weird white ladies just smiling. I fucking love the junk mail, man. Like I get so much of it too, because like all my neighbors have the no junk mail on, but like I get hella junk mail. Don't even get like, what are they trying to do with sending me this shit? It's like an Instagram ad. I feel like, do you ever buy from an Instagram ad?
Once or twice, but most of the stuff is just bad products.
So just shit that you don't really... How do you promote a fucking product then?
I think people buy off Instagram because I have this list of like 50 things that are somehow interesting. 3 times a year I just pick out something.
Yeah, it's pretty hard. Like my business is I've been trying to grow and shit, and I've sent like close to a few pretty popular people. Like I've sent to one guy with like 120K or something, and they're actually so nice. Like they like post a whole bunch of ads and stuff, but people came and like people subscribed. Like I got a whole bunch of followers, like 300 or something, like 400, not that many. But at the end of the day, like I got like one sale. And like off an Instagram ad, I've ran like 2 or 3 ads, and they were different, and I've run them for like a week, and I probably spent like 100 each time. I've never made any money back, honestly. I don't know, somehow I just don't know how to like push a brand at this point. The fact that it's so oversaturated. Like, there's just so much shit on Instagram. Like, you see 28 posts a minute, bro, I swear. And they're all amazing. Very high quality. And you get, like, you know. If anybody watching knows anything about, like, promoting a brand, please Please, I don't know.
I'll put some contacts to Nik's Instagram and his like shop, so you can go look at the crazy stuff you're seeing in the background.
Not this jacket though and shit like that.
What? Not that jacket? That's exactly the one I wanted.
It's actually so nice. Like when you see somebody else wearing it, like, and the patches right here, they all come off. So like they're upside down and shit. Just seeing that in person just looks so sick.
Just segue a bit back to where we actually wanted to get at. In Spain, I started painting with acrylic for the first time. And I had like these moments where you sit in front of an empty canvas and you kind of have no clue what you want to create. And all of these thoughts come up of, yeah, this is not good enough, or I should do that. And what is like the boundary? Are you supposed to play more into the expectations of other people, or more so just create for the sake of creating and hope that something just happens?
So you gotta create what you can and what you see, and that's the only way to go. But I would say that the differentiation here sometimes is like, how much of the new elements are you willing to use in something that you do? Because once you start, like you do one painting, you do a second painting, and once you do second painting, you kind of understand that, holy shit, like I gotta start using new elements, new things, new details, and like new paints, I don't know, whatever there is. And there's so many new things. There's endless, literally amount. Literally anybody can just take the paint and draw it. Every single time that I do something, and like artistically or work-wise, I guess, too, it's just like I'm trying to improve a little bit on the skills that I've had, or like the things that I've did before. I was trying to do like a person doing like flipping somebody off. This painting right here, oh, fucking shit, it's like a guy flipping people off and shit on the street. Yeah, I don't know, whatever. It's not the most important thing. Sometimes you just get an idea that's like crazy and shit. You're like, holy fuck, I want to do that. Yeah, I want to make a really big Subway cup. It's basically going to be this fucked up cup, but like I'm going to make it huge, like really big.
What size are you having in mind?
I'm like thinking like 2-3 meters, bro. Either like a personal collection, I'd definitely sell in like an auction or some shit like that. Make like 2 or 3 sizes from like this one to the biggest one, like actually like Subway cup, like how it would be, not like out of like plastic or something. I'm not trying to improve on anything. I'm just trying to fuck around and make it really big. But yeah, I hope to see that fucking cup one day in a museum, bro.
That's pretty much the point I'm trying to get to. Because as an artist, you have unlimited ways of expressing yourself, of just fucking around, doing different shit. Kind of also a bit about what moves other people, and that's a tough choice to make sometimes. You kind of have to be very dynamic. How much new stuff do I want to put in this piece of music? Because if you do it too crazy, no one's gonna be able to get what you're really trying to communicate, I guess.
If you're good enough at communicating that specific thing that you are trying to communicate, I think at some point you're able to make it more commercial or less commercial. You can apply a certain aesthetic to like so many different things in so many different ways. And even like, let's take music, for example, right? The Weeknd's a good example because he is like super commercial, I would say. But also, he can be so easily, like, differentiated because he's been developing the style, like, since, like, the House of Balloons and his really early work. Like, it's just been this, like, R&B vibe, but it's been so, like, different. And so he's just been pushing his own vibe, you know, within that realm. Obviously, there's different levels to everything, and you kind of understand it as you get in the business of producing those musics or whatever you do, you know. At the same time, think about it like this way, because some people can take something from one genre, take something from another genre, and create something absolutely new, like the fucking Old Town Road, for example. It was sick.
This song was so confusing to me when it came out, because I heard it for the first time, and I felt like that song has been out for like 15 years. And of course, there's certain chord progressions that you just know by ear, and country has a very specific way of singing. But then you suddenly have the hip-hop beat and the hi-hat patterns, the busy hi-hats, and it's something entirely new, but it's in this context that just makes it familiar.
Yeah, and I think when you work within the genre that you enjoy, at some point you get to the point where you understand that if I do this, it's going to be this, and if I do that, it's going to be that. It really is all about getting better at what you do. I know how I can make a t-shirt that can sell faster and one that is going to sell slower. You just test it out every single time. You test it out. And when you got 1,000 tries, you already have a very good statistic of what people need and what people want. But I don't know, also like sometimes it's not about getting good. Sometimes it's about getting bad. Like sometimes you just have an idea that's like terrible, and that's like the most artistic thing you've ever thought about. That's like just the whole discussion of like what's art then, and art's like whatever fuck you make it, you know.
I'm still oscillating between like wanting to just make crazy random shit and still trying to make sense of everything. Your clothes are kinda out there, style-wise and art-wise. But it's not like the fashion week in Milan, like the crazy outlandish stuff. That's just not something people would wear regularly. So you have like this frame of basically the jeans jacket, and you can put so much crazy things on there because the frame is just set.
Yeah, but you just need to understand the whole context of it. You need to create that context for yourself, like what that is and what that brand is. And sometimes that might be not you. Sometimes it might be like an image that you want to portray, or an image that you know is going to sell well. And with cash, you can go for the next thing. Because I hate how without money, you can't get a nicer camera. You can't get a nicer microphone. You can't get a bigger billboard in the center of Berlin. It's not even about like achieving the final goal or something. I'm just trying to fuck around, like get some bags and do some shit. What else would I need to be as happy as I am right now, or happier, you know? I wouldn't need anything. I'm happy and I have everything I really need. I have clothes, I have people I need in my life, and we'll see.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye out for the big Subway Cup, definitely. Yeah, for me, when we're talking about money, it's always about opportunity. What kind of instruments do I have in my case? Can I get a nice equipment to just have more shit to fuck around with? Because for me, money is always a means. It's never an end.
That's all it is. It's about being happy, you know, like what the fuck? I don't know how a Rolls Royce will make me happier.
You gotta find the thing you can chill with.
You can't just have nothing, because then you're fucking done. You're trying to chill with whatever you got. A big part of like the New Gear Boys idea is like just like enjoying the moment, but fucking working real hard to make it a little nicer. But it's often lost within people's minds, especially in Moscow. Like Moscow is crazy because it's a big ass fucking city, and people are like ants in there, and everybody's moving and everything's quick as fuck, and the subways run every like 2 minutes, and it's every single time it's always full to the brim. They want everything today, they want everything yesterday. They strive for success to the point where it's like they get lost in the sauce. They get fucking like a Bentley and shit, but what the fuck's the point of a Bentley if your family is all fucked up, if you're just not enjoying your life? I just think that like it's very important to like enjoy what the fuck you got today, the fuck you got like on you right now, you know what I mean?
Like I have a lot of shit just I can play around with. But in the end, if I really think about it, it doesn't take like a lot of money to be happy and be creative and be expressive. If you can't afford a drum kit, you can just get some fucking sticks and buckets. I feel like creativity is a free resource, and most people just completely pass on that.
Like a really good example is like fucking hoodies you got in your closet. Yeah, like you can customize them within seconds to make them more interesting. I have this pair of pants, the pants inside out, and I was like, holy shit, like this looks crazy. So I wore them like that to the street and shit, and I was just walking around and I felt sick. Like I felt like I had the coolest pants on the block. And I sent that video to my boy how I was wearing these pants, and my boy sends me this fucking photo of a Louis Vuitton jacket that's done the same way. It's not about like paying $1,500 for a sweater to wear it inside out. You could just wear a sweater inside out and it's already dope. Like imagine it's just like a fucking plain ass white t-shirt. It's like a white canvas. It's the same thing. You can fucking do whatever with it. That's why I don't get people who just wear like shit like Champion hoodies and shit with no design on them, no nothing. I think that anything that's sold at TK Maxx is uncool by like definition. Everything that's presented there hasn't sold sold at a normal store. A store that's like a chain store, you know, a weird, like one of those mall stores that sell Adidas, Nike, and Champion and all that. They sell it for cheap as fuck to TK Maxx, and they sell it for cheap as fuck to people. But I'm just saying, like, you can get a Champion t-shirt with like a shirt from somewhere else that's like customized or something, and that's sick. I can choose the chips that I like, because there's like 18,000 different chips, and I'm like, I like this chip. Because, you know, I like tortilla chips, but I like them with cheese, but I like them with, like, you know, special, like, fried way. And if there's dip, I might choose one of the nicer dips if they have the nicer dips, you know. And usually at that store, they will have, like, the cheaper dips, the medium range dips, and the nicer dips. So you get, like, a whole range of shit.
So we super went away from our topic, and we've also been talking for almost 40 minutes. Do you have anything right now?
Honestly, I have a question like about games. Like, how have you been with like computer games? Because I've been like just trying to play something, and I've like got GTA 5 yesterday. So I don't know. I'm kind of been like switching shit then. I don't really have a game that I want to play right now.
I always liked action and gameplay driven games.
And then, like Minecraft back in the day or something.
That sounds terrible.
I think we should wrap this up, man.
Yeah, I think so too. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll
do the second episode. Hopefully it'll be a little nicer and we can discuss something else. But yeah, I really enjoyed fucking discussing art and shit.
Yeah, we'll just try to build on it, and don't worry, the podcast will take more of a shape over time. This is the first episode. We're trying things out.
Alright guys, see you.
See you guys.
It's kind of chill. I like this shit. Let's stop the recording.